Woo! I went into this Sunday expecting to not have any alcoholic drinks. And then sometime around 7:30, I was going to make some fish and chips and enjoy the late night games. But the Dolphins don't make anything easy, do they? In any event, the Miami Dolphins improved to 7-3 with a 20-13 win over the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's talk about it. If you're new here and could spare the moment, subscribe to the channel if you'd like. If not, whatever. I could tell you two people that aren't going to be subscribing to the channel, alright? Those two Raiders fans that found my preview video and decided to talk some shit, alright? Putting the screenshots down there now. The one guy said, dolphins and unicorns and kittens are for little girls. Well, suck this dolphin dick, alright? I know now that I'm cussing, this video ain't gonna hit the algorithm. Well, let me tell you what, I'm just here laying my balls on the table. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell it like it is. So, let's talk about the game that we just seen. Let's slow it down and let me try to make some coherent sentences and talk about what I believe actually might have been one of the Dolphins' worst games of the season. They looked really slow coming out. Obviously, let's get Tua out of the way, all right? Because everyone wants to talk about the offense and Tua. We'll get to the defense, who was amazing. Let's talk about the offense. Tua was okay. He was pretty good. Tua is always going to throw questionable passes. That's just who he is. He's naturally, at the beginning of his career, he was scared to throw it into tight windows. Now he doesn't give a fuck. He's letting that bitch fly no matter what. And I respect it. I'll take it. So, of course, the interceptions are going to happen. I'll let that deep ball interception slide. Other than that, I really think the offensive woes fall to the hands of Mike McDaniel. Knowing that we have an injured offensive line, he really got away from what worked so well during the beginning parts of the season, which is that the Dolphins are a finesse team. When you think we're going to run, we pass. When we think we're going to pass, we run. And, it felt like every 1st and 10, the Dolphins were running the ball. And then 2nd and long, they were running the ball. Tyreek Hill went off, man. They just should have gave him the ball more. Simple as that. Should have took more chances against that Raider defense, who I think was vulnerable. And the Dolphins didn't take advantage as much as they should have. And on top of that, the mistakes. The mistakes that have been plaguing us for all season. How many times have I hopped on here after games and been like, damn, the Dolphins won that game, but, it shouldn't have been as close as it was. And this is another time. But this time, way more than any other time, the Dolphins almost let the other team beat us with mistakes. The fumbles. The Tua fumble to start the game, setting the tone with the fumble. The Raiders go back and take the lead off of that. Fucking Julian Hill with a fumble, Tua's interception, and I don't know if there were any other turnovers, but losing the turnover battle, man, it can't happen. It can't happen, and it can't happen against bad teams, especially when it's games that the Miami Dolphins should be winning. And should be winning by a lot. The Dolphins should have won this game by 20 points. And, they didn't. And that's fine. Look, way better to learn in victory than it is in defeat. And also, Jason Sanders, after missing that field goal, came back and knocked down a 50-yarder. So I do think Mike wanted to go for it there, but he was thinking with that Yale brain, let's get Sanders' confidence up. Works out. In the end, the Miami Dolphins get the win. Offensively, kind of a shit show. And that's how I feel. Excuse me. That's how I feel about that as I watch Josh Allen get fucking sacked. Let's go, baby. I don't give a fuck. I'm rooting for the Jets. I will always root against the Bills. I don't care what their record is. I am a stone cold hater. And besides the point, let's talk about this defense. And let's start with Jalen fucking Ramsey. 2 interceptions, the game winner. Jalen Ramsey was lights out phenomenal. What a game by Jalen Ramsey, as advertised. I mean, it was awesome to see Jalen Ramsey play today. And even if you look past the interceptions, he was all over Devontae Adams when he was covering him. And Xavier Howard was all right. He got outshined a little bit by Jalen Ramsey for sure, but I'll always trust Xavier Howard to bounce back. And really, my only complaint defensively was at the end of this game, you gotta be careful running that prevent defense, man. I mean, I don't want to see another fucking 2-minute situation where you let the other team get to the fucking 40-yard line before you play real defense. You gotta be a little more aggressive than that and try to win this game. But at the end of the day, Dolphins get it done. We got our turnovers in there too. Jalen Ramsey, 2 picks. Jalen Phillips got a pick in there. Honestly, probably could have been a couple more turnovers. They were prone to it. But at the end of the day, Dolphins defense was great. Offense, subpar. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. And, I think we should celebrate today. Feel good about it, because at the end of the day, it's over. We got to move on to next week. Or not even a week from now. Friday, the Miami Dolphins are taking on the New York Jets, and that's Black Friday. I know some of y'all are going to be working. I know, that stinks if you work in retail. I don't anymore. But, yeah, I'll be here, though, for the post game, and I'll give you the rundown, and hopefully it's a Miami Dolphins win, and we're all feeling good. But for now, the Dolphins do get the W. They move to 7-3. Got a decent hold of this division, and you gotta keep control, gotta keep winning these games that you're supposed to win. And there's a lot to learn today, and I hope Mike McDaniel is sitting there in his car driving home going, shit, I should have been less predictable today. Because for the first time this year, I think Mike McDaniel was very predictable. And, shot us in the foot. That predictability shot us in the foot. But if anyone has the playmakers and the smarts to come back and fucking light up that Jet defense next week, it's the Dolphins. It's the Dolphins. But, you know how it is. You know how it is. I just come here and chop the shit. And, yeah, Fins win, baby. All right, I've ran out of shit to talk about. The Miami Dolphins get the win at home against the Raiders, move to 7-3. I hope the rest of you enjoy your Sunday and have a wonderful day. Fins up, bitch.